Get ready for the dictation. Start. The present appeals raise the spectre of a ghastly rape and murder. The brief facts necessary for appreciation in these appeals are as follows. 1. Mohana Krishnan, who had signature not verified digitally signed by R. Natarajan, borrowed a vehicle from PW7. Its owner picked up two children, a girl aged 10 years old and her brother aged 7 years old from outside a Hindu temple as the children were preparing to go to school. This Mohana Krishnan was seen by PW3, the priest of the particular Vinayakar temple, and by PW9, the grandmother of the two children, taking the children away in the aforesaid vehicle. Mohana Krishnan then drove the children to a petrol pump at around 8:15 am on the same day, and at 9:30 am picked up the appellant from his house in Angala Kurchi. The children were then taken to a remote area called the Gopalasamy Temple Hills at roughly 10:45 am, at which point rape was allegedly committed on the girl, whose hands were tied by both Mohana Krishnan and the appellant. Thereafter, considering that the girl had been brutally raped within bracket, her anus having ruptured, the two accused bought what is called cow dung powder, which is nothing but a poisonous substance which is added to cow dung to keep insects away. This substance, together with milk that was also purchased by the appellant herein, was allegedly administered by both Mohana Krishnan as well as the appellant to the two children in an attempt to do away with both of them. Both children ingested only a small portion of the cow dung powder mixed with the milk and did not die. Mohana Krishnan and the appellant thereafter, to do away with both the children, threw them in Parambikulam Axiyar Project Canal, and it was alleged by the prosecution that the girl was tied up and pushed into the canal by the appellant herein, whereas the boy was pushed into the canal by Mohana Krishnan. At 5 pm, PW24 saw the school bags of the two children floating in the canal, which were then given to PW22. Later on the same evening, PW22 informed PW10, the principal of the school, who then informed the police between 6:15 pm and 6:30 pm the same evening. At 9 pm on the same day, Mohana Krishnan went to the house of PW7 one Anbu Gandhiraj, who informed the police, as a result of which Mohana Krishnan was arrested at 9:45 pm on the same night at PW7's house. At 9:30 am on the next day, the girl's body was recovered from the canal. On 31/10/2010, the present appellant was arrested at 7:15 am, and on the same day, the boy's body were also recovered from the canal. To complete the narrative, Mohana Krishnan was shot dead by the police on 9/11/2010 in an encounter that left only the appellant to be tried as an accused. A confession was recorded before the magistrate in a statement made under section 164 of the Code of Criminal Procedure by the appellant on 2011-2010, which was partially retracted only by a letter dated 25/7/2012, which the appellant asked the trial court to treat as a statement under section 313 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. The prosecution examined a large number of witnesses, 49 in all. The trial court, in a detailed judgment, ultimately held the appellant guilty under section 120B, section 364A, section 376, section 302, section 302 read with section 34 and section 201 of the Indian Penal Code. Under section 376 IPC, the appellant was awarded life sentence, and for the offence under section 302 IPC, he was given the death sentence. The High Court of Madras, in the impugned judgment dated 24/3/2014, set aside the appellant's conviction under section 120B and 364A of the Penal Code, but confirmed the sentences under section 376, 302, section 302 read with section 34 and section 201. After considering aggravating and mitigating circumstances, ultimately the death sentence imposed by the trial court was confirmed by the High Court. Stop.